One of the most common questions I get is, should I stretch the tight side or should I strengthen the weak side? In this video, I'll help you to understand how to approach movement based on your unique curve so you're not just guessing anymore. So with scoliosis, we generally talk about the concave side and the convex side of the curve. And if you're not quite sure what that is, make sure that you've checked out this video here so that you fully understand this concept. So which of those two sides needs the stretching? Let's start with that one. So now that we understand what concave means, we could obviously argue that we want to lengthen those muscles in the concave side. So we want to open them up and we want to stretch them. Now, having said this and worked with hundreds of people with scoliosis, including myself, and feeling it in my own body, I know that most of the time it's the convex side that feels really tight. And this is my left lumbar side here for me in my own body, that feels tight and where we have that feeling that we need to stretch it out. So this is a little bit counterintuitive because actually now that we understand that concept of concave and convex, we know we need to actually shorten those muscles on that side. So stretching is just not the way forward. And in terms of strengthening, what does this mean? Well, for you, it might feel that your concave side feels really weak. But obviously, if we're just kind of focusing on contracting the muscles on that side, we're going to go further into our scoliosis pattern. The other thing that we need to know is that a lot of people are doing studies on these concepts at the moment, and opinions are divided on which side is actually weaker and which side is actually stronger. And to make matters even more complicated, we are not our X-ray, which is flat and two-dimensional. We are three-dimensional beings. So the curvature is not just a sideward curvature, but it's also got a twist in it, which means the front of one side might be different from the back of one side as well. So the muscles might be short at the front, but long at the back. So you're probably wondering right now, well, Christine, what does this actually mean now? And what do you want me to do? So we're going to take it right back to the things that we know, which is that in one side of the body, the muscles are kind of shorter and are a little bit more contracted. And it doesn't matter if that's the front or the back. We want to create space. And then there might be the other side where we're like, well, actually, I'm leaning into that side. So I know the muscles are overstretched and they're longer. So we want to think about containing that side. So when we're thinking about our movement practice, that's how we want to think about it. When we do a yoga pose, when we do a Pilates exercise, when we do any other exercise, are we creating space in the areas of the body that need it, and are we containing the areas that might be overstretched and overworked? And you can find all of this in my book as well, Yoga with Scoliosis, where I kind of go through all these concepts and how you can bring this into your yoga practice. So if the question is, what side do we want to strengthen? The answer is we want to strengthen both sides at the end of the day, but we want to strengthen them in this adjusted position so that the body and the brain remembers what this feels like and this becomes your normal habit. In terms of stretching to release tightness, that might just simply not be the solution because we know that stretching doesn't actually, it just stresses the muscles at the end of the day and it doesn't necessarily release them. So I like to think about more as releasing muscles, and that might mean a little bit of a gentler approach and breathing practices, restorative yoga, things like that to soften the tissues and to release that tension and the sensations. So all of this unfortunately doesn't happen overnight, but it is a constant practice and management. So we think of it more as a long-term approach, but you will be able to make a difference. Now let's apply this to something that a lot of people are unsure about, which is strength training. Can you safely build strength with scoliosis? Yes, you absolutely can. So I will show you how in this video here.